What split-second decision changed your life forever? The moment I agreed to foster a baby for just one weekend, everything changed. It was a regular Friday at work when my coworker Amy burst into my office crying and shaking. Her sister had vanished, literally left her 3-month-old daughter on Amy's porch with nothing but a dirty onesie, an empty bottle, and a short note that said, "Sorry, Amy already had 4 kids, no space, no bandwidth, and no option. Child services said they could come on Monday. They just needed somewhere safe for the baby to stay over the weekend." I lived alone, no kids, no clue how to handle a baby. I was drowning in tax season, working 60-hour weeks as an accountant. But when Amy held out that tiny baby wrapped in her jacket, my mouth said yes before my brain even checked in. She looked so small, like a little bird. No family, no plan, just big eyes blinking up at me. I took her home and made a crib out of my laundry basket, padded with towels. Her name was Penny. I sat on the floor that night, watching her sleep like, what the hell did I just do? I Googled everything. How to mix formula, how often she should nap, how to burp her without killing her. I didn't sleep at all that first night. Every cough had me jumping out of bed. By Sunday, I had a system. Bottles heated to the exact right temp, one-handed diaper changes while on work calls. And Penny? She giggled when I made fish faces and stared at me like I was the only person in the universe. I'd never felt more scared or more needed. Then Monday came. I cried before the caseworker arrived, but when she did, she had news. They found Penny's mom. She'd been passed out in a motel room with a needle in her arm. She was heading to rehab for at least 6 months. Would I be willing to foster Penny until then? I said yes before she finished the sentence. Everything shifted after that. My boss, who I'd never seen smile, approved a work-from-home setup. I turned my guest room into a nursery, filled it with garage sale baby gear and mismatched furniture. Penny rolled over, sat up, crawled, and took her first steps on my ugly living room carpet. 6 months flew by, then her mom relapsed 2 weeks after rehab. I filed to adopt. It was terrifying. I kept thinking someone would come and take her back, that the system would change its mind. Then one rainy Tuesday, Penny's birth mother showed up at my door. I nearly dropped my coffee. She looked better, healthier, clean clothes, no makeup, trembling hands. She held a manila envelope. "I'm not here to take her," she said quickly. "I brought adoption papers." I froze. She'd been clean for 8 months, had a job, an apartment. She said she came to the park sometimes, watched us from a distance. "I see how you look at her," she said, "the way she lights up around you, how you hold her on the swings, the songs you sing. She never lit up for me like that." I was speechless. "I want to do better," she whispered, "but not with her. She deserves the mom she already has." At that exact second, Penny waddled over in her oversized purple socks, dragging her stuffed purple hippo. "Mama, up," she said, arms lifted. I scooped her up. Her mother cried. She pulled out a small photo album from the envelope. "This is her family medical history, pictures, a letter for when she's older. Could you give it to her someday? Tell her I loved her enough to let her go." I nodded, tears everywhere. As she turned to leave, she paused and asked, "What's her favorite food?" I always wondered. "Butternut squash," I said, "but only if it's mixed with apples and cinnamon." She smiled, this soft, heartbreaking smile. "You really do know everything about her." 2 weeks later, the adoption was finalized. Penny became mine, legally, emotionally, all of it. Sometimes I still see her mother at the park, always from a distance. She sends birthday cards signed, Angel Mom. I keep them in a box next to the photo album and the letter, saving it for when Penny's old enough to understand. Last week at daycare pickup, another mom asked if Penny got her curls from me. Without thinking, I said yes. Because in all the late night feedings, the scraped knees, the butterfly kisses, and the belly laughs, she's mine, completely, permanently.